What is going on, everyone? Badger here. Should have liked and sub, and let's get into this. What an absolute roller coaster. From whence we first heard about the next Assassin's Creed at the time called Code Red, right after the BLM, George Floyd riots, Summer of Love, all that stuff. And when we heard it was going to be a black main protagonist in a Japanese Assassin's Creed, yeah, the Afro Samurai was thrown around, but mainly we knew that this was just done because of modern times. And then thanks to Endymion and all his sources, we got that exact confirmation that Yasuke was chosen over an already created Japanese male, Taka Yamuchi, who's gonna be a Shinto monk that they ended up throwing into some mobile game. You guys have phones, don't you? And the main character was changed to Yasuke, and that was all, as we found out from these insiders, done precisely because of the Summer of Love. And more than that, that at least some thought it would really warm the hearts of everyone in the West when they saw this. And well, anything but happened. And we've also been hearing the rumor that they're intentionally doing this on purpose, that Ubisoft, specifically the Guillemot brothers and Tencent, their partner, are ruining Assassin's Creed so that they can purchase it at a cheaper price. And I'm actually now pretty convinced that the majority of DEI things are pushed just so Chinese companies can have the property ruined and they can buy it out and take it over. So let's see. Let's get into this. This, of course, is Endymion. He mentioned this. We were on a shout out George the Giant Slayer on his Sunday Slayer Nation. I mentioned that he has a bunch stuff still coming out from multiple different insiders, because basically everyone at Ubisoft knows that they're about to lose their job. And that if the company goes public and they fire the 40% they were talking about, that's 8,000 employees basically. So everyone's scrambling. So here we go. Endymion shared that the alleged insider share with him that Ubisoft was using the implementation of this character into their game to steer the public reception of not only Shadows, but Ubisoft as a company in general towards a scenario that would lead to a buyout. And of course, we're already hearing rumors about not that, but people calling for that buyout. He explained, I was told Tencent allegedly was a big pusher of Yasuke becoming the main character of the Chinese company that wanted the black fictional character, at least the way they're writing him, into Japanese culture, of course. Ubisoft, of course, was considering the idea, but Tencent was really the ones that pushed that vision into reality. Allegedly, Yasuke was pushed because Tencent knew the inclusion of his character as the leading man in a Japanese Assassin's game would raise many eyebrows and cause public outcry. And indeed it did. Which, I mean, they're right. It did exactly that, he continued. And the discussion surrounding the game has not died down since, for good reason. I'm told the decisions like implementing Yasuke, which would lead to many boycotting the game, was something pushed by Tencent investors to purposely tank Ubisoft in order to weaken the company towards an acquisition, effectively leading to Ubisoft, as you know, becoming far weaker, worth far less than it should be, and placing itself plump and ready for Tencent to waltz in and swallow the entire company whole and obtain them. And personally, I think that is exactly what is happening. You can see here, of course, AJ Investments was one of the first investments firms to suggest, accuse, bring up the idea, whatever you want. And you can see here that's the last part of their letter, but where they said, we believe that the Guillemot family and Tencent are discounting potential value of Ubisoft in order to buy more shares at lower valuation and eventually take full control of the company at heavily discounted valuation. We value the great work that has been done by the Guillemots over the decades in the Ubisoft, but now it is time to move on and restart the business with new shareholder approach and new management / CEO. Further, even pointing out that Ubisoft delaying titles is a part of the strategy. In our view, recent delays of certain titles, they are creating uncertainty amongst investors is beneficial for Guillemot and Tencent in order to acquire more shares at even discounted valuation. Ubisoft is currently trading close to 15 euros per share, lowest since 2015, given that the Ubisoft valuation is less than 2 billion euros. So all people, all insiders were all basically saying the same thing, that Tencent and Guillemot intentionally doing all of this lower the valuation, and get it on the cheap. And you can see here just with his own observations, because obviously he's talked to all these people. In a lot of ways, what Tencent is being accused of here is being the ones who torched your house to the ground, then refused to call the fire department to put it out. And then they suddenly show up a week later telling you later they'll rebuild your house if you pay them. It's a hell of a strategic move on their part. All things considered, effectively saving money by purposefully ruining your competition and then rotting them from the inside out by telling them what to do. Yeah, it's the oldest trick in the book. And you can see back in April, this tactic that Tencent is being accused of was posited by former Epic Games. You can see he said here, hashtag Warhammer, you know, if I was Amazon, I would continue applying pressure with TV series for lore changes, dismantle Games Workshop relationships with the fan base, drop their price, and just buy them pennies on the dollar, and then launch TV. Faithful to the lore. Just saying. And that actually seems like exactly what's going to happen, which is why they let that deal. So ruin a product, buy it up, and then do what you want with it without anyone complaining because they all left. And then it's explained one more time. This is Razor Fist, of course, saying in 2022, the Soros Economic Development Fund, whose ESG spending dwarfs most governments in the East or West, yes, even the Middle East, fellow noticers, committed over 100 million or 100 million euros or $130 million to pushing ESG, DEI, and all-around wokeness in the West. By the Aston of 2023, annual Chinese funding of ESG, bridge, and DEI initiatives in the Americas totaled in estimation of 4.5 trillion. Oof.
What's today's secret word?
And then, as noted, of course, the Chinese Communist Party all but bans ESG in its multifarious manifestations at home while exporting it everywhere it does work. So it does not use it in its own culture. Look at their TikTok, look at their movies, look at their mandates of no sissy boys in their media, but it's sure happy to let it destroy our culture so that we're too weak to do anything, which is why they only make games
for a modern gaming audience,
which doesn't exist, which is why they keep failing. Anyway, let me know what you think of all this. Be sure to like, share, and sub. If you have done that, thank you. If you're going to do that, thank you.
Well, bye.